from the reports I got from my station commanders, no single station used live ammunition.
And would you be surprised to hear that live cartridges, or rather live, cartridges or live bullets were found?
I will not be surprised, because not unless you tell me with a lot of certainty, this cartridge was from a police officer's firearm. We do not enjoy the monopoly of having firearms. We have private firearms. We also have illegal firearms within CPD. And if you can go through our statements, we've also demonstrated that during those periods of demonstrations, we were able to recover a firearm. And at the same time, there was also another firearm that was stolen from a forest field. So that clearly demonstrates, Your Honor, we do not enjoy the monopoly of having firearms alone within CPD. And a lot of private firearms have, those who are licensed have them. And that's why I started by saying it is very important, Your Honor, we get to know the primary scene. Reason being, we can be able to establish within that area that the crime occurred, do we have any private firearm around that area? Because the reason why we are doing this is to find out who fired the fatal shot. We can fire 10 or 20 people, but we must be very clear and certain who fired that single killer shot.
We know, Najua.
In the reports that you received, whether live bullets were expended and whether live ammunition was used, and your answer is that no single bullet was used. Now my question here is, how did you, is it the normal way of reporting from the OCS to report whether they have expended any bullets in their stations on that day? Is it a normal reporting? You receive reportings from OCS from the 5 stations that you have said. In this particular day, you say you were informed that not a single bullet was expended. Now, is it normal reporting?
It is very normal, Your Honor. When we are having any kind of an operation, especially where things like tear gas have been used, it must come out clear. This is what we used, and this is what we did not use. It is quite in order.
It is quite in order. So what you are telling the court is that without looking at the Armory or without looking at the arms movement register, from where you sit, you receive a report whether a bullet was expended or not. Is it a daily thing that you do report or they don't report? We do have crimes being committed every day, other than the demonstrations. Do you receive those reports, whether there is any bullet that has been used?
Your Honor, I would want to respond to that by giving an example. For example, today as we are here, if there is an exchange of fire within Simpindi or any other area, a report must be generated that this is what happened and this number of ammunitions were fired. That is a normal reporting. And if it was any kind of unrest, a report will still come. We did not use live ammunitions, but we used this number of tear gas canisters.
Very well. So in this period, it is your testimony that no single bullet was expended.
Affirmative, Your Honor.
And this, do you confirm or you take the reports as per what has been reported? Do you confirm what is in the report?
I would want to say that the in-charge Armory, who is again director under the OCS, every morning, not even for the purposes of that day, any other day, you issue number of ammunitions to police officers, you must be able to receive all of them come the end of the exercise. I want to respond to why I can be able to say there was no a single live ammunition that was fired, because the in-charge armory reported to the OCS that all of them that were issued were returned back.
So your report is based on the reports that you were issued, or you rely that the Armory officer has already reported to the OCS that no single bullet was expended?
That is, Your Honor, that is exactly what is supposed to happen, because I'm not in charge of the Armory, so I must get that report from the one who is in charge.
Okay. So you do not confirm by yourself?
I do not confirm one ammunition after the other, because I trust what the OCS is saying, and the records and numbers do not lie. The most important thing to note is numbers do not lie.
We are not going there, because if we go to numbers, do you know how many ammunitions are in the country or in Nairobi?
I'm not supposed to know for the country, nor for Nairobi. I'm supposed to know for where I'm commanding.
From where you're commanding?
Yes.
And that is from the 5 stations. You would know how many ammunitions are there?
Ammunitions, Your Honor, is not something that you can joke with. It is not something you can not be able to account for. Those are things that are accounted for. So there is no way we can have doubts about the records we have, because I've said again, numbers will never lie.
Thank you. So I'm assuming that there's an audit or a record somewhere showing how many bullets have been issued this station, how many bullets have been used so far, or how many bullets have expired. They do have expiry dates.
Yes.
So how many you do have
all those records are there.
And who keeps those records ordinarily?
The custodian. The custodian in that matter is the station commander.
The station commander. I believe that is all.
Kwetu akiwe ngao na mlinzi, na tukae na udugu, amani na uhuru, raha tupate na ustawi. Amkeni ndugu zetu, tufanye